huge policy change towards AI at the U.S. federal level. What happened and what does it mean? I'll break that down for you right now. First, a comment, which my regular viewers know. This is not a political channel. I will not be making any political comments about what we're about to talk about. I will, however, means for you, because that's what counts. What does this mean for you and what's coming and what you can do to protect yourself? Because this channel is focused on preparing you for the wave of automation that's upon us. The Trump administration's new AI policy calls for limited regulation and lots of leeway for big tech. On Wednesday, the Trump administration unveiled its new AI action plan geared at keeping U.S. efforts competitive with China. So clearly, there are two quote-unquote superpowers regarding AI in the world, and it is the U.S. and China, and it is a pitched battle for dominance in this field. We already see that. With over 90 policies recommended, it's a wide-ranging document that, if followed, would give Silicon Valley's most powerful companies even more leeway to grow. We believe we're in an AI race, White House AI czar David Sachs said. The Office of Science and Technology Policy drafted the plan, which focuses on three key pillars for AI strategy: accelerating AI innovation, building infrastructure, and leading international diplomacy and security on AI. The report opens by stressing that AI is far too important to smother in bureaucracy at this early stage, whether at the state or federal level. It recommends a series of policies designed to loosen current regulations, like encouraging the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, to evaluate whether state AI regulations interfere with the agency's ability to carry out its obligations and authorities under the Communications Act of 1934, which was put in place at the dawn of the telephone age. We need to build and maintain vast AI infrastructure and the energy to power it. To do that, we will continue to reject bureaucratic red tape and climate-based restrictions. In addition to releasing this report, President Donald Trump is expected to sign several executive orders in parallel. In October 2023, the Biden administration introduced AI Executive Order, designed to address numerous risks posed by rapidly advancing AI models. The order focused on issues like the potential for AI models to be used as cybersecurity weapons or to help produce chemical and biological weapons, as well as algorithmic bias. This new action plan explicitly seeks to undo efforts undertaken during the Biden administration. Vice President J.D. Vance said, "We believe that excessive regulation of AI and the sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off. Only AI companies that ensure their systems are objective and free from top-down ideological bias will be given federal contracts." The AI Action Plan does attempt to place limits on how states attempt to rein in AI's major players, recommending that federal funding be withheld from states with burdensome AI regulations. Trump has also taken steps to build out U.S. AI capacity both domestically and abroad. You already know about Stargate, that promised to build at least $100 billion in data center capacity in the U.S. In May, a series of deals involving AI infrastructure in the Middle East were signed. During his first administration, the president imposed export controls on Huawei and other Chinese firms aimed at slowing their ability to develop AI. As part of the new AI action plan last week, the U.S. government reversed restrictions on certain cutting-edge NVIDIA and AMD chips being sold to Chinese firms. A variety of tech, consumer protection, and civil society organizations are already speaking out with concerns about the action plan. One nonprofit said, "This action plan was written by big tech interests invested in advancing AI that's used on us, not by us." So again, I won't be making any comment that could be construed as political. However, for us everyday folks, there are some important things that will happen as a result of this bill. By eliminating restrictions that might slow or block the rapid development of AI, this means that AI will continue to advance at its current exponential rate. And as I've said many times, humans are extremely poor at being able to understand and forecast exponential things, including technology. So if you saw my very last video with an update from the two heads of research from OpenAI, we can understand from that discussion that the boundaries of AI here in the US and certainly in China continue to be pushed aggressively. What this means is simply unknown. No one alive, even the people working on these things, understands what continually enhanced models will be capable of in the future or how they will behave. The one thing we do know, see my very last short, is that humans still don't understand the way the existing models work. So an AGI or superintelligence will be wholly beyond human capacity to understand. So from an individual perspective, what this means is that AI is going to continue its very, very rapid advancement, and that advancement is progressing in parallel with exponential development in robotics and sensors. There is only one rational conclusion from this pace of development in AI, robotics, and sensors. Mass job displacement is coming. Like all previous revolutions, that means that new jobs will be created. But the scale of job loss in this revolution has the potential to be unprecedented. So once again, how do you prepare yourself for this? By starting to change now into careers that are relatively AI resistant, especially in the short term, but even in the medium term. And those are careers that require the human touch or are very niche and complex. Again, see last Sunday's video, that are not easy to automate. This is the path to getting at least 10 to 20 more years out of your career, which you want, because when mass unemployment does hit, which I personally believe is coming and is the reason I started the AI Guide in 2020, before all this was known, the way our society is currently structured is not prepared to deal with this. So what will actually happen is uncertain. But if you go back to my video from 2 weeks ago, and I urge you to do that, I proved with U.S. government statistics that impacts to employment here in the U.S. are already starting to occur, largely in fewer job openings and it becoming more and more difficult for entry-level people to get that first job, that all-important, critical first job. So this is official government policy here in the U.S. now, and it means that the burden is now on you to prepare for the onrushing future that is now exponential. So GPT-5 is expected to come out this month, August. But in any event, it will be very soon. And just like when GPT-3 came out and then GPT-4, it will set a new standard and bar in automation, particularly with the advent of AI autonomous agents. You really must prepare yourself for this now, and I hope you do. Our goal here is to psychologically prepare you and to begin to provide resources to help you transition your career to something relatively automation resistant. That's why we need your help. We really need your help in several ways. First of all, please like, subscribe, and share, as that helps out massively with the algorithm. And second, please support us on Patreon so we have the resources to bring you resources that will definitely help you make a career change to something that's relatively AI resistant. So thanks so much. Please share your comments below. We'll see you next time. Have a good rest of the week. Take care.